Hello everyone, my name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, by the time I'm making this video, LeBron James still don't believe has a current NBA team. I mean, he does, but he's opted into his contract, so technically he's going to be part of the Los Angeles Lakers, but reports are suggesting there are still ways in which LeBron James can leave the Lakers and go and join different teams and go and be a part of, I guess, a better project for him, maybe a better project for his marketing and for his, whatever the case may be, right? I want to talk about those potential teams that he could be going to. I have three in mind, and these three have been publicized, so it's not like I'm pulling a team randomly out of the bag and saying he's going to go there. These three teams have been very well publicized he could be going to, and I want to discuss where I think he'll end up next season, because at the end of the day, I can't predict, especially with LeBron James 2-3 years down the line, because retirement is a big option for LeBron, probably still is a big option for LeBron. So I fully expected to play this season. Where is that going to be? Let's talk about it in this video. Before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know where you think LeBron is going to play for the NBA next season. I'll talk about the team that I think most likely he will be playing for at the end. I want to talk about the two teams that have currently been going around that he could potentially go to. The first team being the Dallas Mavericks. I've heard this reported from a lot of news outlets suggesting that Dallas should be a team interested in the LeBron James sweepstakes, and LeBron would make a lot of sense going there. I actually have an opinion on this that could be very controversial. But firstly, LeBron, Dallas, if you're talking about market-wise, Dallas isn't the best place for LeBron. But if you're talking about for potential championship success, when everybody's healthy in Dallas, that is a great place to go. He's played with Kyrie Irving in the past and has won a championship with Kyrie Irving in the past. He's played with Anthony Davis in the past and has won a championship with Anthony Davis in the past. I think LeBron would love a player like Klay Thompson on his team as well. They've got good center, rim protection help with their team as well. So, LeBron James would love a guy like Daniel Gafford, for example, would love a bunch of other guys. And you have to keep in mind, especially with if he's going to join them this season, some guys are going to have to leave that Dallas Mavericks team. But ultimately, they got good players in there, for sure. I don't even know if Daniel Gafford plays for them anymore, so I'm actually going to quickly check that. But my controversial opinion on this is that if LeBron James goes to the Dallas Mavericks, if I was a betting man, or if I was smart in this situation, he's still on the Dallas Mavericks, the Daniel Gafford. He shouldn't go this season. He shouldn't go in this upcoming season. He should go the season after. If LeBron James is going to play 2 more years in the league, I would say let that final team be Dallas. Because right now, there's no point going to Dallas. Kyrie Irving probably won't be ready to play this season. And if he is, it's going to be towards the end. And I don't think a team of LeBron, AD, and Klay at this point in their careers, and especially with AD's injury record, I don't see them really being that big of a competitive team compared to every other team in the Western Conference. I just don't see that happening at this point in time. So I don't think it is smart for LeBron to go to Dallas this season. I think the best case scenario is let Kyrie come back at his own rates. Klay, AD, let them kind of play with the Dallas Mavericks at the moment. Let Cooper Flag have a full year of development as one of the key guys on that team. Let him develop. Let him be the superstar that we all expect him to be. Let all that praise go through him. Let him average the 20 points per game. Let him be the guy on the team for a year. Let Dallas kind of do their thing for a year. And then come back the season after. You could have a team that involves Kyrie Irving, unbelievable point guard, and will still be an unbelievable point guard when he comes back, I hope. Klay Thompson, elite 3-point shooter, still is an elite 3-point shooter, even though his 3-and-D capabilities have gone down every year. He's still a very good 3-point shooter. LeBron James is LeBron James. I hope he could still play at a high level at that time. Cooper Flag can take an extra step in that sophomore year. Anthony Davis is an elite player. And then, you could do rotational pieces, so you could put rim protectors in there, and it works. I think it works, but not this season, upcoming season. It'd have to be the one next. The second place that has been rumored that he could go is welcome home, King James. LeBron goes back to Cleveland. The Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James. Well, look, this is basically coming from a Stephen A. Smith quote saying LeBron should go to Cleveland, essentially. Because other than that, I've not heard any situation in which LeBron to Cleveland is even a realistic possibility. But, I mean, look, I think Cleveland will always welcome LeBron. If LeBron genuinely said, I wanted to go back to Cleveland, I think Cleveland would do it. Even if they're at the crisp of a championship, I think they would try to get LeBron back to Cleveland. I believe it. I really do believe it. Is it the wisest choice? Well, to be fair, Cleveland do need a playmaker. They got Lonzo Ball, but their whole situation now is that their half-court offense in the playoffs was miserable because it was isolation-heavy basketball. It was just isolation after isolation after isolation. The team movement that you saw in the regular season was non-existent. So maybe LeBron does fit with Cleveland, actually. If you really think about it, I genuinely think they need a playmaker. And LeBron James, if nothing else, high IQ playmaker. You know, I'm kind of actually talking myself into this Cleveland deal, you know. But I think financially, because LeBron's on, what, 50 million or something next season, it's not going to work financially. They'd have to trade probably Darius Garland, a lot of picks, maybe even Jared Allen or Evan Mobley, one of those two, to get LeBron James in there. I don't see how a trade could mathematically work with Cleveland and LeBron. But yeah, now that I think about it, I think Cleveland could be a great destination. Why not? Bring LeBron home, man. So what an interesting saga that could be. And why not have, because the reports of him having a retirement sort of ceremony like Kobe did, why not do that in Cleveland? Why does it have to be with the Lakers? Sure, he dedicated a lot of his career with the Lakers, but if you're asking where do you remember LeBron the most, for most people, it's either Miami or Cleveland. He won 2 championships in Miami. He won one of arguably the hardest championship of all time in Cleveland. He won the bubble championship with the Lakers. I mean, it's a championship and he should take it, and it's a hard championship. I'm not saying it isn't, but it's not a memorable championship compared to all the others. So I feel like if he's going to have a retirement ceremony, let that happen in Cleveland, man. Let that happen in Cleveland. It could be one of those situations where it's the year after, not this season. So we'll see. But I actually think he could work well with Cleveland. I've talked myself into it. And then the team I see him staying with is the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, for starters, Bronny's still there. I think that's a big reason for him wanting to play with his son still. The Lakers are not far away from a championship. And the Lakers brought new additions in that I think they need to work with LeBron James. You know, I think a guy like DeAndre Ayton needs to work with LeBron. I think, you know, having different sort of guard defenders now in the team. I think they brought in Marcus Smart. He could work well with LeBron. I think the Lakers now are more closer to a championship than they've been in a long time. So I'm not saying they're going to win a championship, but I think they're now in contention compared to the rest of the teams in the West. I really think they have a chance at it. And that is if LeBron comes back. So he also got to play with Luka Doncic. I mean, that's an experiment that shouldn't just be expired and done after half a year. That needs time to build. So to me, I think the best case scenario is for this season, he stays with the Lakers. He gets to play with an ultimate playmaker and one of the best players in the world in Luka Doncic. They now have pieces around Luka that could probably help a little bit more. Their defensive work should hopefully get intensified with the addition of Marcus Smart. And they've already got good forward defenders, so that's not been an issue for them. I really feel like the Lakers staying there will help LeBron in terms of marketing, because, you know, LA is a big marketing team and he wanted to go there so he could help, you know, build businesses and market himself to the largest audiences in the world, and that is with the Lakers. We all know why he joined the Lakers, you know. It's also a very historic team. He gets the chance to go and compete for a championship for another season. He's in a place where he's been for a long time. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense that he stays with the LA Lakers. And considering he's opted into his player option, I think just stay with the Lakers. It just makes the most sense. Make that decision to go somewhere else next season, the 2026-2027 season. Don't do it now. At this point, stay with the Lakers and let other teams kind of work around. And you could join a different team for cheaper money in a different offseason. For now, it makes sense that he goes to the Lakers. he stays with the Lakers. Do you guys agree? Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.